Yeah, hi everyone. Welcome in this session related to the mobile phone security in forensics. Myself, Dr. Digvijay Singh Rathod, Associate Professor in the Associate Dean, School of Cybersecurity and Digital Forensics, National Forensic Sciences University, which already have the status of institution of national importance. Now, today in these sessions, I have a plan to focus more on Android phone forensics and the Android application forensics. So before we talk about the different tools and technology that we have a plan to use for the forensics purpose, let's talk about some of the important concept related to the Android phone, which is a recovery mode, custom recovery mode, and fast boot mode. So these are the two modes, especially the recovery mode and the fast boot mode, which is available in the Android phone for a various purpose. So in this session, we are going to discuss about the recovery mode, and in the upcoming session, we will discuss about the custom recovery mode and the fast boot mode. I'll say in one word that the custom recovery mode is a third-party application which will provide you some, I would say, additional functionality. And the fast boot mode is nothing but that is an alternate of the recovery mode. Okay, let's see. Now, whenever we talk about the Android phone, that Android phone or the Android device have a three important partitions. The first one is a bootloader, second one is an Android ROM, and the third one is a recovery. And I think we have discussed this three partitions, especially the bootloader and the Android ROM, in the Android boot process in a detailed way. But for just we will have a brief idea about it so we can understand the recovery mode in a very well way. Now we know that what is the bootloader is. The bootloader is, it's, I would say that it is a first program, or I would say it is a zero partition, and that will run whenever your phone is powered on. So whenever I'll switch on my mobile phone, the 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 set of code which is stored in the first partition or the zero partitions, that first initiated, and that is called the bootloader. The second thing is the ultimate job of this bootloader is to initialize those low level hardware and boot those devices, or boot the set of code which is available in the partitions. Or in detailed way, that I would say that the primary job of this bootloader is to take care of a low level hardware initialization and boot the device into other partitions. The third thing is the bootloader usually load the Android partition, which is the second, which is the next process, and it is commonly referred as an Android ROM by default. So remember one thing, the bootloader is responsible for loading this Android partition. Okay, and it is commonly known as an Android ROM. Now we heard about the custom ROM. Now remember one thing, whenever you buy any of the mobile phone, that mobile phone will be available with the by default Android OS along with your Android phone. What does it mean? That it means that the Android OS is flashed inside the ROM with your mobile, which will be available with your mobile phone. Now somebody says that I'm not happy with the Android OS which already came along with the phone. If you want, you can change or you can install the customized OS only. That is called a custom ROM, because the ROM is the place where the bootloader they will load the Android partition. So if you are not happy with the Android ROM which came along with your mobile phone, if you want, you can install the customized Android OS, and that is commonly known as a flashing your ROM. Okay, or you can say that a customized ROM. Okay, that is what the basic job of your bootloader. Now the second important concept is called a Android ROM. We know that this partition, it keeps a detail about related to the operating system files, the configuration files that are necessary to run the device. Okay. The third thing is the point is which we want to discuss more in this session is called the recovery partition. And this recovery partitions, that is also known as an stock recovery. I would say it is a tiny program available with the limited options, is it? But it is available with this partition is available with your, which will be the part of your Android OS only. So this is also known as a stock recovery and is the one that is used to delete all the user data and the files or to perform a system updates. So if you observe that whenever you reset your mobile phone normally moves into the recovery mode. You might observe that whenever you installed or whenever you update your operating system, your OS will be moved into the recovery mode. So this is nothing but that is called a the stock recovery. And this is normally used to delete all the user data and the files or to perform the system updates. Okay, so let's see that. Let's now talk about the recovery mode in detail. In Android, the recovery refers to the dedicated bootable partitions that has the recovery console installed. So this recovery mode, it is available with the console and which will be the part of your Android. Whenever you run your Android OS, it is the recovery mode will be available with that Android OS also. The second thing is if you want to move your Android phone into the recovery mode, you need to find the combination of a different button like a volume button and the power button. Different phones have a different combination. So that you have for suppose if I have the mobile phone, mi mobile phone, then if I want to move my mobile phone into the recovery mode, then I need to press the volume and I would say the power button simultaneously. So different mobile phones have a different combination of the buttons to move your mobile phone into the recovery mode. But most probably it is a combination of your power button and the volume button. So whenever you press or make a combination of such buttons, then I would say that you can find the tools that is called the recovery console to help to repair, recover our installation as well as to install the official OS updates. So that is what the first purpose. The second one, which the second point is because the Android OS is open source. Now we know that the recovery partition is available with the Android OS itself, and the Android OS itself is open source. So what some of the companies they have done, they see this recovery partition is very tiny in the size, and they will give you a very limited functions. So what some of the companies has done, they have customized this recovery partition or recovery source code, and after customization, they have come up with a variety of functions with the graphic user interface, and they also put such, I would say, the custom recovery softwares in the market, which if you want you can install inside your mobile phone. And the only difference which I'm trying to tell you that the recovery mode is a by default partition available with your Android phone, and the companies they have taken this recovery mode source code, they have enhanced. Okay, they add some more graphical user interface functionality, and that is that set of recovery mode or the recovery partition code is called custom recovery, where you can expect a very good graphical user interface along with some more functionality. Okay, now one more thing is, as I told you that the recovery mode is also known as an stock recovery, is a pretty limited, but that's by the design. The second one, its main purpose is to delete all or some user data and a files or to perform a system updates manually with the signed and the verified Delta update package. And I would say that if you reset your mobile phone or if you install the OS, if you update your operating system or if you install the update package related to the OS, your mobile phone normally move into the recovery mode. The last point is that normally both these operations are started from the running Android system, but you can do things manually and boot right into the recovery itself. So more point which I want to like to add is you can tell your phone to do a factory reset. Recovery is what boots up and erase the file and data. So as I told you in the earlier discussion that if you update your OS or if you installed the newer version of the OS or any of the packages, or if you do a factory reset, your mobile phone move into the factory reset mode. The last one is likewise with the update. When we restart to install an official OS update, it's done in the recovery mode only. Okay, let's see. Now the recovery image is stored on the recovery partition and it consists of a Linux image with a simple user interface controlled by the hardware button. The one more point is the recovery modes can be accessible in two ways. One is by pressing the certain combination of keys when booting the device. So you just switch off your mobile and switch on your mobile, and using by holding the volume button, that is a plus, volume minus button, and the power buttons during the boots up. Okay, so now this combination of the keys can be vary depending on the version of the mobile phone or the company of the mobile phone. The last one is by issuing, the one more thing is, if you want, you can connect your mobile phones. You can install the ADB the device driver inside your laptop, maybe in the Windows machine. You can also install the ADB. You can connect your device with your laptop, and if you want, you can I would say you can start the recovery mode inside your mobile phone using the ADB reboot recovery command to boot the Android system into the recovery mode. So there are two options available, either with the combination of the key, or if you want, you can connect your mobile phones, install the device driver, connect your ADB with your device, and just write the ADB reboot recovery, and your mobile phone will be boot into the I would say in the recovery mode. Now this is what the simplest options that you can find it in the recovery mode. Reboot the system now, reboot to bootloader, apply updates from the ADB, apply updates from the SD card, wipe data, mount, view recovery logs, and the power off. So these are the few I will say set of options that you can expect if you move your mobile phone into the recovery mode. But the basic use of the recovery mode is to, whenever you reset your mobile phone or when you install the official updates related to your operating system inside your mobile phone normally moves into the recovery mode. And the second thing is the recovery mode, it's a tiny partitions and have a limited functionality. That is what I would like to discuss. So this is what the brief about the recovery mode. I think in the next sessions we are going to discuss about the custom recovery mode. Thank you.